I want to talk with you about an opportunity that is before us. And this opportunity is going to be coming around in the form of a postcard in the next couple of minutes. And what I want to talk to you about is what I sense is a divine opportunity. In the Bible, this would be called a kairos moment, an opportunity kind of time. And this opportunity is kind of outlined in this postcard that is coming around to you on the side that has a race car on it. I want to talk to you about what feels to me like a unique and timely opportunity that we have to race ahead in the mission that God has given us here at Christ Pacific Church. You guys, this year has been the year of opportunity. Some of you may know that we have done, since 2019, we have invested about $365,000 in renewal around our campus. So the center point of that is the outdoor coffee bar. If you have come since that has been erected, then you don't know any different, but it didn't used to look this nice out there. We've done all sorts of landscaping. We put a sign on our church. You know, since 1965, our church had no sign. We were known as the Carl's Jr. Church. Some things like that. We have invested, because of your generous giving, about $365,000 in our campus renewal. And we still have $228,000 available for the next projects that we have outlined, projects that we are going to tackle in 2024. This is an opportunity. We also, in 2023, received a $100,000 legacy gift. This, friends, is an opportunity that is before us. Some of you also will be aware, because you have been giving faithfully since 2004 to this, that this year, in fact, next month, December 2023, we will retire our mortgage, which is, right? Which is an amazing opportunity for us. And in fact, this room that we're in right now was completely redone back in 2015. A brand new preschool, brand new classrooms for Pacific Kids Ministry, all of our office space, this building over here, all of that was built using the funds from this mortgage, and it will all be paid for starting in about 30 days. What opportunity lies before us? We also have been exploring, as a leadership team, opportunities for us to leverage the assets that we have, as we should, in order to bless the community and also to explore some alternative income streams. We have tremendous assets as a community. The most significant asset is you, our people, but we also have this facility. And so how can we leverage our assets for greater impact? And we're asking this question: what does it look like for us to be good and faithful stewards of these opportunities before us? And at the bottom of this card, we have included a portion of Jesus' parable of the talents. And Jesus teaches us what good stewardship looks like when he teaches this parable. And he says in his parable, Lord, one of the servants says, Lord, you entrusted 5 talents to me. See, I have earned 5 more talents. And his Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful steward. The servant was a good and faithful steward because he invested what he had been given for increase for the sake of the kingdom. And that's the question we're asking. How can we be good stewards of the opportunities that are before us? How can we invest in these opportunities for increase for the sake of the kingdom? And so that's why, starting today, we are coming before you and asking boldly a big, bold ask. And so I'm standing before you to humbly and boldly ask, what would it look like for us as good and faithful stewards to double the $328,000 that you have already given in special gifts through that legacy gift and through the campus renewal funds that have already been given, what would it look like for us to double that investment and double our impact in Huntington Beach and across the globe? So that is the ask. So I want you to turn over the card. There's a side that's red, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what are our plans? Why are we, well, I've just said why we're asking this, because we're seeking to be good and faithful stewards. But the question now is, what are we going to do with this investment? A number of things. We are going to invest in the emerging generation. One of the things that Robin Holcomb didn't say while she was up here as our family life minister, when she invited you to give and when she invited the ushers forward, one of the things that she didn't say is, I have big and bold plans for Pacific Kids Ministry, and it takes investment in order to make those plans happen. It takes investment of time and talent and treasure. And so what we want to do is invest in the emerging generation. And folks, part of what that looks like is we want to double our budget for children and youth ministries next year. We just do not spend enough money on the generation that is right behind us. Right? So we've got some people who are excited about that. We also need to raise the roof. And what I mean by that is the roof that is right above us is literally about to fail. Some of you might remember that it did fail over here over the last winter. The roof is leaking like a sieve, and we have temporarily fixed those leaks. But this summer, we must replace this roof. And so that's one of the things that we're going to do. Our AC units in this room are well overdue in their lifespan. And so those need to be replaced. Part of what it looks like to invest in the emerging generation is to create a space in rooms 101, 102, and 103 where ministries like moms of preschoolers can meet in a place that is clean and beautiful and says things like, we care about you and your children. So we're going to renovate rooms 101, 102, and 103. All of this is in addition to the plans already in place with the campus renewal funds that we have already received. Now, you can see on the red portion here, the third section down, there's a little money sign there, and it says, addressing the budget. That also is what we intend to do with this Christmas offering. The reality is that, you guys, giving has dipped in the last few months. And it has dipped to a level that is, frankly, it's stressful for your leaders. How are we going to continue to invest in the ministries that God has called us to invest in? And so part of this Christmas offering is about addressing the budget. You know, there is no magic pot of money from which we can draw in order to fund the ministries of Christ Pacific. We are 100% funded by you. All of the salaries, all of the utilities, all of the program costs, everything is funded by the giving of your tithes and offerings. And so the invitation is for you to take your next step, no matter where you are in your giving. And so maybe you've never given. You've never given to any benevolent gift. You've never given to Christ Pacific. So your next step is to give. To give now and to give soon. Or maybe you give, but you give kind of inconsistently. So your next step might be to decide to begin giving consistently. Or if you give sacrificially, we're asking you to give, to continue giving, and can you continue to give a little bit more sacrificially? This is going to take everybody on the playing field in the game. And so that is our big, bold ask. And I stand before you as your pastor and also as one of you. We are asking all of us to take that next step and to give generously and sacrificially. And friends, we have identified a big, bold goal. This is crazy, right? This sounds humanly impossible, and that is on purpose. We have $328,000 of special gifts reserved for an opportunity. And the ask is, What does it look like for us to raise $328,000 by the end of the year in order to double our impact, to address the budget, to raise the roof, to renovate some rooms where our kids and young moms meet, to double our children and youth budget, and to see what God does? Right, so these cards, take them home, read all of that information over, begin to pray about how you might respond, and we'll be talking more about opportunities as they come.